Greetings, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode here on the Media Files. Today is Star Wars Day. That's right. May the 4th be with everybody out there, all diehard Star Wars fans. So I figured, hey, why don't we get this Star Wars train rolling here on the Media Files? Loads of videos to be uploaded in the coming months. But I figured, hey, why don't we just start with the origins of how I got into the world of Star Wars? And so, yeah, there's going to be no intro, cut to intro here because I figured, hey, it's Star Wars. We don't really need one. So, how did I get into Star Wars? Well, if memory serves me right, I was about 4 to 5 years old. I was in my elementary school, and I remember walking by a pair of wooden, library shelving units, and came across this one book that looked really cool, and I've had it ever since. I am, of course, talking about probably the thing that really got me into Star Wars was the Star Wars storybook, featuring R2-D2 and C-3PO and Darth Vader on the back. Now, I just thought this was so cool. I'd never heard of it. And as I'm looking through all the really cool photos of the spaceships, droids, what have you, Darth Vader, all that, I was just awestruck. The other book that got me into Star Wars was the Return of the Jedi storybook, which is around here somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where it is. It's put up, but it is the for all you diehard nerds out there, it is the red covered edition that has Luke in his Jedi fighting stance with his green lightsaber on the sail barge. That's kind of what really got me hooked, is because of Luke and his green lightsaber. So yeah, as you can see by this small display piece here, this is just this tiny little fraction of what I've got sitting around here and there. And so I figured, hey, why don't we just go through, some of the stuff that, as far as media-wise goes, got me hooked into the world of Star Wars. So, first things first, we'll set this aside here so it doesn't get damaged. So first up here, we have the original Star Wars trilogy VHS collection. Now this is, I had the VHS tapes at one point. Stupid me sold them way back in the day because, hey, guess what? They're now out on DVD. Luckily, I came across this at a thrift store and have held on to it since. This actually is the original 15th anniversary edition from when it was released when Return of the Jedi came out. Now, granted, whoever had this decided to put a little bit of glue there and damaged it, but that's okay. I really don't care. I'm just glad that I have all of the original releases as I remember them. So it has a little flap there, which is so cool. And, the thing is, people love, obviously love Star Wars, but the one thing that I noticed that they never mention in any of the advertising is that, the first film is an Academy Award-winning movie. Just because it didn't win Best Picture, but it won for, art direction and all that and what have you. And, what can I say? This is what really got me hooked into literally watching Star Wars. Obviously we have the very first one. But of course, when I was young though, the one that I absolutely loved watching the most out of all of them, if I can get it out, I seriously doubt I'm going to. It might come out. Let me see here. Yeah, barely. is Return of the Jedi. I absolutely loved Return of the Jedi when I was a kid. Still do. Still probably my favorite out of the original trilogy when I was a kid. But, you know, as most of us adults do over time, we tend to start going back and looking at them, and we realize, well, The Empire Strikes Back is obviously the best one out of all of them because it's the most dramatic out of, you know, the entire trilogy. But, you know, like all good things, you know, it's a trilogy, and, you know, you have to, you know, have your middle, your beginning, and your end. So, yep. I just absolutely love, oh geez, about to drop it. Absolutely love this set. You know, I never will get rid of it. Now, if I can find better editions of, you know, if I can find these VHS covers, you know, I'll obviously replace this because I hate damage. It irritates the living hell out of me. It just does. It really, really does. But for now, I will keep this set until I can manage to find this specific edition again. Now, I know there is the, I used to have them, the Star Wars Special Edition VHS sets, the gold and the silver box sets, which make up for Vader's helmet. When the special editions came out, I got to actually see all of those in theaters. I really wanted to check out Return of the Jedi, the 40th anniversary edition, but unfortunately, it wasn't playing anywhere near where I was at. But I'm like, you know what? I've seen it before. It's not going to break my heart to miss out on a movie that I've watched, you know, a bazillion times. So, with the VHS set, basically that's basically kind of the origins of, you know, how I got hooked into Star Wars. Now, I know there are the other editions which actually feature the THX surround sound for VHS for way back in the day. I'm gonna try to retrack those down again, just so I can have them for my collection. I mean, you know, because you know you got to keep it intact. But if you do come across Nathan P. Butler, if you do watch this, sir, kudos to you. You should watch his channel because he's got obviously way more than I do. Lots of other editions of Star Wars and stuff like that. So with that, we'll leave it at that. And on the next update here, we will go through the Blu-rays editions that I have of the entire Star Wars saga. So with that, may the Force be with you. See you in the next Star Wars video.